Welcome to Pussies, the podcast about women, for women, by men who support,
women
honor,
and cherish,
respect,
believe
and
the temperature of
women. Michael and I are not going to be doing our usual fun lecture for you all. Roe v. Wade has been struck down. It's been 17 days, and we are just bloated with rage, Michael, aren't we? And
Michael. We wanted to do this the day of Roe v. Wade.
we lost Michael. He ran away, for lack of a better term, and he couldn't even, I think, is what was the situation.
I'm barely keeping it together now, Michael, and I am not going to say another word until we speak to Jessica.
Yes, woman, our producer.
She's not only a successful producer, she makes her own jewelry. She's a woman,
and she deserves to speak. I wish I didn't exist, to be quite frankly, right now. And you at home are going to do this.
It's time to shut up and listen.
You know, is there anything more powerful, Michael, than a woman who uses her silence as a powerful statement?
This is she's doing it's an act of resistance.
I believe so. It seems as though she's.
Oh, I see. She's typing out.
She's playing Wordle. I think she's playing Wordle. Not having a great round, but I'm sure she's very good at that game. But that was very powerful, Michael.
Michael, are you sure that she actually could hear you when you gave her the floor?
Oh, maybe she couldn't hear. Jessica, can you hear us? Jess?
You there? Okay.
Okay, she could hear. Good.
It's a powerful statement. On top of another powerful statement, and I hope all of you at home were listening and looking.
Yes.
Because you've got a lot of man-toning to do.
That brings us to our next segment. It's time for man-tonement. And why don't you explain to people what a man-tonement is, Michael?
Well, Michael, as we both discussed, I think I speak for both of us, we don't know what Roe v. Wade says. We don't know what it does. We know that it was struck down. We know that it was violent. And we know that it's our fault, and we need to atone as males, or man-tone.
One way we are man-toning is we're on a sex strike. We are wearing the outfits, as you can see, from A Milkmaid's Tale, which is on the Hula Hoop Network, I believe. I wonder if...
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if Jessica is also on a sex strike.
Oh, because she could get pregnant, and then what would she do?
Yes,
Jessica, are you on a sex strike, Jess?
What would you do if you got pregnant? What would you do?
I'd just drink a 6-pack of beer and ride a roller coaster.
Resourceful. Well, there might be lines around the block for Disneyland when word gets out. So let's get some of your man-tonements going.
Well, I'd like to just add another way that I'm man-toning, because although wearing these outfits is a great form of resistance, it's not enough resistance, and I've decided to take it a step further, and I am looking into having my tube tied.
I think you mean like a vasectomy you're having?
No, nothing like that. I'm trying to find the care to have my penis tied into a knot, maybe a slip knot, maybe a Windsor. We haven't decided. And just keep it like that.
Well, I, along with others, admire your length. I'm unable to do that.
It's urination is an issue. I want to make that clear to everybody. But it will also involve something called a urethral bypass procedure, which is fairly simple, in and out in about 3 weeks. And what they do is use a stint directly from the bladder to make it so round back lemonade is made, so to speak, as well as fudge.
Okay, well, I think mantomas are coming in, and may I say, I wish I could do what you are doing with your mantoma. I don't have the length for it.
Oh, well, Michael, I have great news at the clinic where I've been going. They have a whole other procedure they can do. All body types welcome. And all they do is take 2 fingers and just push it right back into your body.
Oh yeah, that's what I did.
Oh,
Did we get any mantonements? I
Uh,
have trouble seeing Michael's. Is mantonement
Franklin
here?
Sterling III would like to mantone for being able to open jars. Well, we know you need to mantone for that, Franklin, but how are
What
you going
is
to
your
mantone?
mantonement? We want to hear
Maybe-
what you're doing that's uncomfortable for you.
Maybe I don't know where you work, but perhaps you can set up.
Michael, could you
Mhm.
speak up a little bit?
Is that,
I wonder
she's-
which Michael she's talking about.
it might,
Um, Jessica, which Michael needs to speak up?
One with the glasses.
Oh, Michael, yes, turn your microphone up, Michael.
my
Sorry.
microphone's up pretty high, but I'm not going to question Jessica, who's a woman. And let me go ahead and get that mic.
I know you don't want to feel too aggressive, but if they can't hear you, they can't learn.
I'm just getting a little upset right now because people are not understanding how mantonement works. It's not a wish, try hard. It's not a wish. What are you going to do? Maybe you have your paycheck direct deposited into the accounts of other women who work with you. How about that?
That's a mantonement. I'd like to mantone for killing,
For liking crypto.
for
I'd like you to mantone too, Cullen. But how? How do you plan to mantone?
we have to get off this topic. People
Michael
are
Pritchard, I'm sorry for being able to drive a video. Now, we're not asking for your apologies. It's far too late for that.
being, I almost feel like they're being sarcastic, Michael, and they're not taking this seriously.
Yeah.
It's time for mantonement.
I think
Let's hear some
we're getting a lot
mantonements.
of the real bro comments in there who, oh,
Excuse me, Michael, a woman is speaking here. As a woman, I feel I need to mantone for being attracted to men.
that's
Well,
interesting.
You don't have to mantone for anything. You are the
I mean-
victim.
I mantone for being able to drive in reverse is not a mantonement. It's a pledge to mantone. Now that is valid too. Amber Heard made pledges, and they were absolutely valid, and there was no need to question them. So we will take a pledge to mantone as well.
I'm going to end this segment right here, right now. I have something serious to speak about. I'm afraid it's fairly serious. My son, Allison, his behavior has gone out of control, and it's time to talk about Allison.
We need to talk about Allison.
There are so many things, Michael. I don't know where to start.
I know. Allison, for those of the pussies out there watching, he is on the masculine spectrum. So there's some challenges that Michael deals with every day.
Is Michael's microphone level masculine enough? Or is it fixed, Jessica?
I've turned it up quite a few times, and I'm not
You could
questioning.
turn it up a little more.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll turn it up a little more, but I did have it up. But I trust Jessica, and I trust women.
I don't know where to start with Allison. He's closed off the idea that his penis could be anything other than meaning he's male. When I start to open a dialogue, he just pats me on the head, which is scary, Michael.
I didn't know it escalated to violence like
Yes,
this.
and then he'll tap me on the head and say, "Pops, I like being a guy and I love pussy," as though that's how he says it, as though there's not a human being attached to it.
Oh, Michael, you had me traumatized at Pop.
Yes. Well, and to be clear, we accept whoever he is, but I just fear he's not even considering anything other than cis male. I asked him the other day if he explored trying on the women's underwear I left on his bed, and he said, yes, I explored them with my dick. I think he uses them to masturbate. So we have gotten a shaman, Michael, a wonderful shaman, one of the foremost leaders of transformative boy shaming. His name is Cloud Knife. Here he is.
Oh, Cloud Knife.
That's Cloud Knife.
He actually runs our queering space on Wednesday nights at the Do Better Center. He does
Does he really?
Yes.
He does amazing work in shaming masculinity. When Allison saw Cloud Knife, he said, "Who are you supposed to be? Polka Anus?" Yes, and I was very embarrassed. He's been calling Cloud Knife Clown Knife. And the next thing that Allison has done most recently involves you, Michael, actually.
Oh, no.
Yes. After
I'm emotionally preparing myself for this. I'm just looking at the picture of Cloud Knife.
Here he is after Allison had said those hurtful things to him. I took this picture so we could take this to the police, to show the police.
Michael, look at that emotional bruising.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is the... You said Allison did something that concerns me as well after abusing Cloud Knife?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if our listeners know, but Michael and I had this wonderful We Love Black Lives Matter sign, We Love BLM, made, and we had it made at a black run company, all black company. Paid heavy. It was actually almost $2,000. Happy to pay it.
When you donate to the Pussies broadcast and the Holding Myself Accountable Network, this is where your money goes.
Absolutely. And so my son Allison and his hooligan friends vandalized the sign, Michael. They took a black piece of tape and they covered over the L. Now it looks like this. It says, "We Love BM." That is in my front yard. And not that we do support also a good bowel movement, but we certainly support Black Lives Matter, lives mattering more than that. So we might leave it up just to show. But anyway, I don't mean to traumatize you, Michael, but that I needed to tell you because next time you came over, I'm sure you would see that sign.
Well, Mr. Monkey is now adding an atonement, and it looks like somebody finally got the message.
Okay.
Here's a real mantonement. I will listen to my wife tell me all the varietals of plants she grows. Mantonement? Question mark?
That is atonement. Absolutely.
That is up to your wife, sir.
Mm-hmm. Michael is way too loud. I'm getting hyper. Am I the one way too loud? Maybe I should step back.
Is it which Michael is being too loud?
I turned myself down a little bit.
I felt like mine was a little bit loud. Let me turn that in.
It's very confusing that both our names are Michael.
Michael, those Cloud Knife pictures are absolutely disturbing, and I'm just not entirely sure that you will be able to take this specific matter to the police, the local police.
I think we're going to go to the FBI. That's what we were thinking.
Good. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
Sorry for the toxic
masculinity, but I had to send a super chat that beats art of guitar. Well, I don't think
you guys, both Michaels sound too low.
Now we sound too low. How's this? To apologize. We are men trying to do something.
Trying to do better.
How about this? Is this okay?
Is this okay?
It's fine.
Let's see. Let us know how our volume is.
If we need to man-tone the volume, we do.
Maybe I'll be Michael 1 and Michael 2 is Michael. Yeah. So say Michael 1 too loud, Michael 2 too loud or too soft. And we'll wait for your answer.
Thank you for the donation to our new yard sign. It is appreciated. This was really, I hope.
Oh,
You guys did
did they both? Did we sound good, both of us?
one,
Yes.
a little aggressive.
Too loud?
Michael, two.
What is
too
aggressive?
It's too,
Too
it's
soft,
too
okay.
quiet.
I turned this up. What about now? Can you hear me now?
Maybe get right in.
Let me just, can you come in? Can you hear me?
That's probably better.
Is that better, Michael?
All right, why don't we go? We need to talk about our sponsor,
Oh,
which is
yes.
AutoBlow AI. There it is, 10% off. Promo code DoBetter10, autoblow.com, link below. I think my audio was wrong before. I hope it's okay now. Not Jessica's fault.
Not at all. Take full responsibility.
Now, this new AutoBlow, we love having them as our sponsor because they, of course, the AutoBlow relieves women of their mouth duties, their mouth labor.
Unpaid mouth labor.
They could have been doing many other things. And the AutoBlow has a unique feature, the remote. So your partner can actually control your pleasures.
Yes, you just download the app onto your phone.
Yes.
Give it to your partner, and it can be a wonderful educational tool to teach males to hand women the remote.
Michael, how many hours were wasted with this mouth labor that women were forced to do? What they could have done if they didn't have to do that?
Many a time I'll call Michael late at night because I can't stop crying thinking about all of those valuable woman hours that could have been spent being the CEO of her own company.
Or developing some sort of scientific breakthrough so they could reproduce without men.
Or just winning at sports.
Going to the moon.
And that's, I ask myself, why aren't there any women on the moon right now? And it's because, according to my figures, the average adult woman spends over 3/4 of her day performing mouth labor for a male.
Well, that sounds pretty high, but I choose to believe it. Let me show you an educational video with more details on AutoBlow AI.
You'll appreciate the new internet-enabled features, including remote control, downloadable blowjob experiences, and voice control. Guys, the AutoBlow AI isn't a toy. It's a powerful machine that's built to last. Buy the AutoBlow AI today and enjoy a blowjob wherever and whenever you want one.
Very inspiring. Oh, and Michael's found a new use for AutoBlow, sort of a conch seashell at the seashore. That's very creative, Michael.
Yes, thank you. It's of my own setting, which I call friendship mode. And instead of indulging in penetration, it's a good time to practice listening, much like a seashell, to the ocean of voices of unheard women.
You can also put your male penis in it and ejaculate. Now it's time for our very exciting segment, our Shiro of the week. Okay, let's take a look at our Shiro.
All episode to get into this. It's such an exciting moment, this Shiro.
Here she is. Sheba
Vietnam.
Vietnam, I believe.
Very talented actress and a very talented dwarven woman of color. She's starring in the new Amazon Prime show, The Rings of Powder, which is, of course, based on the novels by the late JFK Tollbooth. Perhaps you're familiar with them, Michael. He wrote The Hobo, The Sword of the Rings. And then they were made into films, directed by Aussie male Jussie Jackson. They weren't very good. It was somewhat of a flop, intersectionally speaking. But Amazon came along. They said, hey, you know what? Let's dig up this dry old turkey. Maybe there's some life in it yet. We just got to drizzle some brown gravy all over it, and stuff it full of clam. And we're going to have a real hot IP on our hands. And that's exactly what they did. And that's how we got Sheba Vietnam.
Lucky
Can we put her
us.
back up?
Absolutely. Yes, there she is.
Yeah.
This is actually a personal triumph for you, Michael. I think some of our audience knows that Michael does not identify with the height that he was assigned.
It is a huge moment for me as someone who experiences vertical dysphoria in my daily life, which means I do not identify with the height that I was assigned at birth by standard units of measurement. I don't have a hard fixed height. Some days I wake up and I'm 8 feet tall. Sometimes I feel shorter than a...
Oops, sorry, Michael. I'm terribly sorry.
That's quite okay.
It's not a woman. You can continue.
As I was saying, my height fluctuates from day to day. I never know where it's going to be when I wake up. Sometimes I'm 8 feet tall. Sometimes I feel shorter than a dwarven woman of color in a JFK toll booth novel.
I never know what height Michael will identify as, but I'm always happy to accept it as objective reality.
Yes.
Michael's bracelets to let me know. Whatever height, I try to look at the height that he's at. I try to look at his eyes, wherever that would be. So sometimes I am looking at your genitalia, Michael, or your belly button, and it's easy to do, and I'm happy to do it, and I encourage others to do it for you as well, so you're comfortable with your height.
Well, especially on a day like today when I'm experiencing a 4'2" day. I really appreciate you keeping that eye line where I have told you my eyes, I feel like they would be.
Absolutely.
And I think this is I just want to add it's one small step for Sheba Vietnam. It's one giant step for all dwarven women of color. And that adds up to one about average step from a person of height. And I don't think that's too bad a first step at all.
Not too shabby at all. I can hear people, the cynics saying, how is a dwarfen woman going to break the glass ceiling when they can't even reach the fridge? Ha, ha, ha. Well, F you, they've done it.
Right. And I think there's a wonderful clip of an interview with Sheba that I understand Jessica has. I have not seen it yet.
No.
But I hope all those critics, all those white male dwarves who are jealous of a dwarf woman of color finally being represented.
Yeah. Here's the interview.
Why don't you listen to the wisdom of this dwarf?
Tell me a little bit more about Princess Disa and the fact that you are the first black woman to be a dwarf in Tolkien, the first woman to be a dwarf in Tolkien. But what do we learn about woman dwarves that we didn't know through your portrayal?
Well, we learned that they exist.
I'm a little confused, Michael. She seemed of typical height. I'll describe it as. Did you find that? Unless they were all...
Michael, I don't want to use a word like gobsmacked, but I'm fairly certain that she is of a typical height.
Let's not get too excited.
I'm sorry.
I know it's upsetting. You're 4'2" today. Maybe this interviewer is a child, a 4 or 5-year-old. Doesn't look like a child, but...
Is that possible? And then all the other people are dwarves standing behind Sheba?
Let's take another look, because I believe the people behind her were quite small. She's quite large. She seemed quite large.
Well, what do we learn about woman dwarves that we didn't know through your portrayal?
Well, we learned that they exist.
Yeah, she is enormous.
Why? If we learned that, then why wasn't a real dwarven woman of color cast? Why would they go to this incredibly large woman?
Is it possible that dwarves of color don't exist? And because I haven't seen one.
Dwarven women of color? I guess I personally have never seen a dwarven woman of color. I've heard the legends, of course, and I heard them from a woman, so I do believe them.
So maybe that's what it is.
Maybe we could have Jess get on the old Google and try to see if this is...
Yeah, Jess, would you mind? And I don't mean to mansplain, but maybe Google that, see if there's such a thing as a dwarven woman of color. Because if not, then they'd have to cast someone who's
Right.
hided.
Then it's the next best thing, and then it's very understandable.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Okay, so they do exist, and well, this makes I'm blown away, and not in the good auto blow way. This is terrible,
It
and I
doesn't get-
apologize to the auto blow family for having our Shiro be a hided person who's doing dwarf face of all things.
This is it doesn't get any realer than this. This is what I would call cultural dwarfiation,
Absolutely.
and it is a crime. This beautiful woman here,
Very talented too, Michael. Like, she can really move, and
yeah,
she's giving us the finger, which we deserve.
she can dance. She's got sass. She
Triple
doesn't even.
threat.
Yeah, and you think
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you. And we're both passionate, but she's also got. I feel it would cost less for the production to hire someone like this, and she has a small environmental footprint,
yes.
and actual footprint would also be small. It wouldn't cost wardrobe as much. And
It's a no-brainer, Michael. It's a no-brainer. I mean, you're looking at a quarter of the cost of wardrobe. You can buy children's shoes. There's absolutely no reason for this, and
sorry. Could we possibly make her the Shiro of the week to make up for our error? And it is our error.
I don't think we have a choice because this is a really serious. I certainly know the good people at Auto Blow and their fine product would not want to be associated with a dwarfiation. Pussies are experiencing technical difficulties, but it's not Jessica's fault.
Nor is it any woman's fault. Please hold us accountable for this interruption.
I apologize. I had to collect myself. This is very upsetting to have this our Shiro. Maybe Jessica, could you change our Shiro of the week?
I think Auto Blow gives us a lot of leeway to make these calls, and I think we have no choice but to switch out Sheba. I hate to do it to Sheba Vietnam, but this is serious. This is about dwarf face.
Yeah, we're going to switch. This is our Shiro. So
to this unknown, talented woman of dwarven color.
Here is our new Shiro of the week.
Our Auto Blow Shiro of the week is Sheba Vietnam.
Okay, that is wrong. Not that Jessica made a mistake. But.
Yeah, but we don't want to have that out there because this could be, it's just not a good look for the company, and it's not a good look for pussies.
Jessica, could you change that to our new friend here?
Jess?
Okay, looks like Jessica is gone for the day.
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable continuing, Michael, without a woman sort of involved here, so maybe we should end now.
You took the words right out of my mouth, and as you should.
So this has been Pussies. You're welcome.
There's an after party. You have to join it to see it. I don't know how to